Big changes still on the way for Friday in a cold front and a pretty significant chance for some rain and maybe a couple thunderstorms to go along with that, especially right as we are getting the weekend started. So let's talk a couple of bullet points here. And what all of us are going to see is that big temperature drop, gusty wind that goes all the way through Saturday into Saturday evening before things calm down a little bit. Most of us now look to find rain, measurable rain at that. Starting from a couple hundredths of an inch to about a quarter of an inch and some afternoon rumbles, something that I think most of us will find out there as well. Now, a few of us could find rainfall totals above a quarter of an inch, and if you do, there might be some severe weather in your area. So we're going to continue to watch that for you late afternoon into the early evening, and we'll show you more on that in just a little bit. Real quick look outside. Some streamer showers ahead of this big system that rolls through. We had one low pressure system move across the Great Plains. It has already zoomed up into the Midwest, and you can see that trailing moisture behind it. The big trough still has yet to move over the state of Texas, and as it does, little disturbances embedded within this system, some daytime heating, and obviously plenty of moisture could spark up some showers as we go through the early to mid-morning, and then an isolated thunderstorm really anytime after about lunch. This is where we will see that first window for an isolated severe storm. I think this is overdoing it just a little bit, but what we will have are some building blocks here for some supercellular thunderstorms as we go into the afternoon that I think the more favorable ingredients are going to be off to our north and east. But this is absolutely something to watch out for as we get the afternoon started. And then as we see that front push south and east, daytime heating continues. That's going to be our best chance for rain, thunderstorms, one or two of which could be on the strong side. So these are all the things that we're watching for you, especially as we go from about 3 to around 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, where we then expect things to clear out pretty quickly, especially as we head into the overnight hours and right on into our Saturday. So a relatively brief window, but it's right as we are trying to get our weekend started. So broken line of scattered storms still expected as early as lunch, but really, especially coverage-wise, favoring the mid to late afternoon, stretching a little bit into the evening. For most of us, we're not talking severe weather, but strong wind gusts in excess of 40, outside chance of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, pea to dime-sized hail, outside shot of quarter size, and obviously the cloud-to-ground lightning and brief heavy rain to go along with that. Still going for, again, widespread totals of a couple hundredths of an inch to about a quarter of an inch, but localized totals of a half inch or more, certainly a possibility if you do get caught under some of those thunderstorms. In fact, model data this afternoon coming in pretty generous as far as overall totals are concerned. I think this is overdoing it, but I would love to see something like that before we get the weekend started. Saturday is when we turn back to winter, and you're going to feel that really even Friday night, but especially Saturday morning with a blustery feel there. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s and only jumping up to about 60. That continues for the first couple of days of next week, and we'll already be eyeing our next system before we finish next week.